Alright everyone, welcome to the video. This is Eternal. This is going to be the Taliyah Vs Zed matchup video. So what we'll do is we'll go through this whole matchup. You'll see the different ways that I play it, how I build my Taliyah versus Zed, and hopefully it can help you out. As the video goes on, we'll kind of go over different things. I'll throw things in there that I think will help you guys out, and hopefully this video will help you out for your matchup versus Zed. So to get going, you can kind of see my start here is just the door answering with the 2 health potions. That's pretty standard for me. I'll never change my my build up. My runes and masteries were pretty simple. You can find them on the modifier page. They're exactly just like that with the scaling health, the magic pen, ability power, the scaling cooldown. I didn't put any armor in my runes for this game, and I guess that's just kind of my personal style, but you'll notice as this game goes, I build a lot of armor here. So this is Platinum 3. This is actually my peak elo. This is Platinum 3 75 LP for this game. So relatively high, and I think there's a lot of good gameplay, and there's a lot of good things that I do in this game, and there are a couple mistakes that I make. So don't think this is just going to be the most flawless video of all time, and this is the peak, optimal way to play Taliyah against a Zed or something. But when there's a mistake, I'm sure you'll see it just like I'll see it, and we can go over those so that you don't make those mistakes. So mains are spawning. I'm just doing my thing. I'm chilling right here because the Mumu's over here in the jungle. So I thought, okay, I'll give that guy a little backup, but nothing's going on, so we're gonna jump into it. You can see I brought exhaust this game. That's kind of my go-to, especially for a Zed. Talons, Yasuo's, those matchups, those are all exhaust matchups for me. Getting into lanes, pretty simple, pretty easy. We're just CSing. When it comes to assassins, it's too bad I got hit by that. I shouldn't have been hit by that. But when it comes to assassins, the key for me is that I know my build is going to be slowed down, right? Because I have to kind of change my build up as far as what I'm building and in what order. So for me, it's all about farm, try and get ahead, and then we'll see you in the mid game. This isn't a lane that I'm going to win early on, where I'm just gonna like bully people out. I'm just here to try and avoid, farm, and get ahead. That's the key to success for me in this lane. You'll notice later on in this game, I don't really roam very often. My whole thing is I'm going to play as safe as possible to get us into the later stages of the game, so that we can take out the Zed in the mid game, not worry about him in the early game. So again, very simple, harassing when I can. With Taliyah's nerfs, the lane's gotten a little bit tougher because she does use so much mana now. So I don't harass as much. You can see I have full mana right now. I'm very open to be able to harass. I have a lot of power right now. But when you have an assassin in the mid lane with a Nidalee roaming somewhere in your jungle, it doesn't make you feel very good, right? Because that's really just 2 assassins that are looking for you. You can see I missed the seismic shove there. No big deal, right? He had a good step. He hit me with both shurikens right there. But I'm still fine. We're doing just fine. Amumu really wants me to come over into the jungle and find Nidalee with him. I didn't want to miss out on the CS. You'll see here I get hit by the spear, kind of comes out of the shadows. Zed really wants to eat me alive right now. I'm missing a lot of CS. You can see right now I'm down 4 CS to Zed, and I'm already backing, so. Assassin lanes are just kind of like that. You have to take what you can get, but the key is that we don't want to die to him, and we don't want to let him snowball off of us. You see on my first back, I went with another Doran's ring with boots, right? So the reason for this is basically the Doran's ring, even though that mana isn't stacking anymore and stuff, it still has the mana per second, and that is not unique. That stacks. So you get a little bit of mana regen out of it, and at the same time, you get more ability power, right? You can see we kind of just said missing, right? Zed still made it down there and got Twitch. No big deal, alright? It happens. As he's down there, I'm pushing into his lane. Nidalee shows up. Makes sense. Again, the double door answering is strictly for more ability power because I had to back so early. This gives me a little bit of a power spike where I wouldn't actually have it if I backed for, say, like something else. And I can keep these door answerings for a while. Now you see I'm backing again here. Basically this is because I shoved that wave already. And now I'm gonna go pick up some armor with just like a little bit of gold that I picked up in that little minute that I was in lane. You can see I'm down 4 CS, 5 CS to Zed. Almost 6 minutes into the game here. But we're still doing alright. Zed has a kill off Twitch, so we have to be mindful of that. He's already got his lethality going on. Now you can see here I'm pinging that Zed's missing. Kind of moving that way. Decide not to go down because I feel like I've given my bot lane enough time to realize, hey, Zed's coming down, you should back up, right? And they were very overextended down there, but because we gave them enough notice, they got out before Zed got all the way down there, so that's perfect. Walk over here, take out this control ward. I saw him put this down and take out my ward when I was backing. Alright, so now he's level 6, and this is where the big threat comes from Zed, right? You can see we land some Qs with the Thunderlords proc. I did bring Thunderlords in this game. I know some people will tell you to bring Storm Raiders in a lot of different matchups or all the time. That's strictly playstyle, and you'll see in the Mobifier guide where I break all that down. Whatever keystone that you prefer to bring is the keystone you prefer to bring. Of course, in about 25 days, somewhere in there, right? We won't even be talking about the keystones. We'll have whole new builds and whole new runes and masteries and whatever they're called, right? Runes Reforged or something. Anyway, so the other thing is you haven't seen me roam this game yet. And the reason for that is basically I feel like I'm behind. You can see I have 51 CS, right around 7.5 minutes right now. Just 2 behind Zed. This is one spot where I was just coming to ward and I end up finding Nidalee. Dodge that spear. And then obviously I come back around and I'm hopping into lane. Again, I haven't roamed yet. My bot lane's been doing really, really well. The whole main thing that I've been doing this game is let him know where Zed is. Let him know where Zed is at all times. And just trying to keep up on my CS, keep my farming up so that I can quickly get that Zanya. So you can see I have the double cloth armor right now with boots. The boots are just giving me more movement speed. Right, that's always a good buy. You can see Nidalee's on my backside here, but Amumu came in for Zed. You can see the ult here. I flashed that just so I can get away from Nidalee. And then we still live. However, Amumu gets into it a little bit here. Nidalee throws the spear. But we're still good and we're still out. Notice I didn't use my exhaust on that exchange. I actually felt like I had more than enough armor to survive that Zed ult, even though he has the lethality. But we did just fine. So, coming into 9 minutes, right around 60 CS. It's not exactly where I want to be. But now I have the Seeker's Arm Guard, so things are getting a lot safer for me already. I've got a little more armor. Amumu, not sure what he's doing here. You can see we wall, we jump. He avoids the shove, but he's still in the queue. So we get a good kill there. It's too bad that Zed got a kill on Amumu, right? Because now he's got the 2 kills, but that's still no big deal. We'll just deal with it. So now we have 1 kill. We have the double door answering with the Seeker's Arm Guard. We have boots. And we're right around 65 CS. Almost 10 minutes into the game. Very unattractive CS. It's not ever where I want to be at. It's not my ideal CS count at a time like this, but just keep farming, keep doing our thing. You can also, again, you notice, almost 10 minutes in, and I haven't roamed once this game. I've strictly been focusing on my build to make it in lane with Zed, to where I'm not super vulnerable. And like I said in the beginning of this video, it's all about, I'll see you in the mid game, right? Let me get my items so that I can avoid that lethality that hurts so much in the beginning. And then I'll see you in the mid game. So you can see now, I went ahead and got ninja tabbies. This is strictly, I guess, my own playstyle. You can get the pen boots if you really want to. The reason I went ninja tabbies this game is because Zed already has 2 kills and he has his dust blade. You can see I'm roaming this way. I kind of knew they were all over there. Amumu was in trouble no matter what. So again, the ninja tabbies. My bot lane's doing really well in this game. So my goal here is to basically just be super safe. And I'll worry about the penetration later and stuff like that. So same thing, back in lane, doing our CS thing. Right around what, 11:05 now. We're right around 80 CS. So not too bad. It's not horrible. But still not optimal CS levels that we really want to see. You can see I'm just clearing waves of mana, trying to play safe against this Duskblade Zed. He's now got 3 kills. You can see here I come over the wall, take the scuttle, avoid spear. Sona's coming, so we have to avoid that ult, and then right back to lane. So the Twitch is 2-1 right now, but because they kind of jumped all over that guy really early down there in the bot lane, we're doing really well right now. Sona's here. Now Twitch has the triple, and we're doing just fine. So again, I basically played super safely and conservative against this Zed. And allowed my bot lane to pretty much carry me into this moment in the game, right? You can see I have the ninja tabbies, double Dorans with the Seekers. 91 CS, about 12.5 minutes in here. So again, not perfect, not where I would optimally want to be for CS right now, but it's not horrible. We haven't died yet. Zed hasn't taken any kills from us. He's got a couple on some roams, but all you can do is let him know, you know, he's missing, right? So, no big deal. You can see my build now. I'm going straight with the Zanyas. I got the Fiendish Codex. So you can see my next item is going to be the Zanyas. I have a pink ward here. You can see we find Zed over here. I'm super scared of his shadow. I was actually hoping Kog'Maw would come at me, but no big deal. Zed, I'm not even worried about. I'm not going to chase that guy around. You can see I don't have any vision in that brush, so I go around it. I find Nidalee. Again, I'm not looking for super kills. This is just kind of a show of force. And I chose not to walk into that dark brush right there. So now the lane is pretty much over with Zed. I'm still sort of prioritizing. I'm in a back right here. Or maybe I was, because I had no mana, but my team talked me into moving. So that's good. Here comes Maokai Sona. You can see I don't have a lot of mana. I go with the Q. Still don't have a lot of mana. I'm just literally audibling this Maokai right now, which isn't really doing much. I'm just an extra body in the mix. You can see I exhausted the Nidalee there, and Lulu, she ulted the Twitch at the same time. That was just to keep our ADC safe. He's the most fed, so. And then trouble strikes. So Zed shows up, gets a triple kill. I have 0 mana. There's nothing I can do there. And now Zed is 5-3, and he's working on the next lethality item. We're 1-0-2. I think I have enough gold here to get the Zanyas. I'm greedy and overstay and take this wave. but at this point we have pretty good control in the game. But you can see my playstyle against an assassin like Zed is just a lot different. It's just more, hi, I'm just here, I'm just building armor, you know. I'm not trying to snowball super hard, I'm not trying to roam too hard, like, I'm just trying to get to the mid game. I think I could have done a lot more in this game, and I could have changed a few things up, but because my bot lane was doing so well, that gave me time to just farm, get my Zanyas, have my Ninja Tabbies. You know, and Twitch has been doing work in this game, along with Garen. Garen was doing pretty well in this game too, so again, my team helped me out a lot here. Taking blue buff, my team's taking dragon. Again, I'm totally in the backpack getting carried here. And sometimes it's gonna feel like that when you're in these matchups. I mean, it's just, there's nothing you can really do though. Right? It's an assassin, it's Zed, he has that gap close. He can be all up in your face. So we're just farming, and hopefully in the late game, or the mid to late game, will be super useful to our team. You can see I'm still just farming away. My team's totally over there. I totally have Weaver's Wall, but I am not coming yet. Going to the mid lane. More farming. This should be your mentality though. In games like this, where your bot lane is super kind of carrying, that should be your mentality. This is where Cogmon makes a mistake. I saw the Maokai coming, but again, it's an ADC. You can see my items. I don't even have any pen. I hit that guy with, you know, a full threaded volley with the EW combo, and he's gone. So that's his mistake. I mean, he has no MR. He's just an ADC. It's just a lucky, easy kill for me. So now I can see here the use of Weaver's Wall. Garen's up here. He's like under threat from these guys. So I'm gonna cut off. However, they all got through, right? So you can see here, I knocked them back for them. And now I'm just kind of ready to go, right? I'm pretty healthy. I have blue buff. I have a lot of mana. You can see I flashed the wall here. And then I just kind of throw them off. Garen was very thankful for that. Kind of saved his life a little bit. But again, that's something you can do with Weaver's Wall. We didn't get the cutoff that we wanted because of Nidalee and Zed. And my angle's a little too short. Yeah, I think about backing here and then I kind of show up to this fight here. Whoopsie. So you can kind of see what's going on here. I'll let the camera direct itself. Like I said, I was backing. Decided, okay, I'll come over here. You can see I'm coming around. Now it's like the party's over. So I'll just jump on out. So this would be finally a good back for us, right? We have the Zanyas to protect us from the Zed. We have the Ninja Tabbies to also protect us from the Zed. And now you can see my build where I'm not even going into Mirrornomicon yet, right? It's 18 minutes in. Taliyah needs the pen. I don't have pen boots yet. All I have is my pen runes. And that's it. That's all I have, right? So I went with the Haunting Geist, right? And then I got the Sapphire Crystal. This is for my move into Mirrornomicon. But that's just the style of the game that I had to play this game. You won't see me building Rylai's this game because it's not a huge power spike. And I need something to power spike off. And that power spike for me is going to be the Landry's Torment. Which is why you see me with the Haunting Geist now. Alright, so again, this is going to be another usage of Weaver's Wall. I don't get a very good angle here, and you'll see the mistakes here. I'm trying to keep Twitch in, and at the same time keeping certain assassins out. Ends up, the only one I keep out is Zed, and I go to the wrong side of the wall. I missed a seismic shove here. You can see I clearly Zanya'd way too late. His ult still procced on me. He flashed on me. Just a big mistake all across the board. you know, we get aced on this, right? Because they dive Twitch here. That was just a really big team fighting mistake. From like the top down. I mean, everybody on my team made a mistake there. You know, if I would have jumped to the left side of that wall instead of on the right side, that would have been a big help. I might have, you know, lived or something. But the reason I jumped to the right at the last second is because I saw Zed and Twitch, and I wanted to keep my Twitch safe from the Zed. Although I didn't know Zed was gonna like go one-on-one with me. Anyway, so you can see my next back here. I have the Haunted guys. I've obviously upgraded to the Lost Chapter, so we're moving into Leandri's with the Merylnomicon at the same time. Still farming, still farming, still farming. We're hitting a little bit harder now, but not as hard as we want to be. You can see I saw blue buff come up, and I'm totally going that way. Alright, so now we're sort of in the mid game. We've kind of been there for a little bit, but now we're kind of more. There's now Baron's up, so we have Baron to worry about and controlling that. But at this point, we're kind of hit a little bit of a power spike, right? We can totally one-shot the Kog'Maw. We can do a lot of damage to Zed. Nidalee went pretty tanky this game. So she's kind of a little tankier. She's not really a good target. I'm not really too worried about her either, though. She's not doing a ton of damage. We all wanted to do Baron. Garen really wanted to do Baron, and then he pulled off at the last second. So that doesn't happen. Chris Ward. Team fight breaks out here. Prioritizing whatever's closest to me. That's going to be the Maokai here. Again, we have the Haunting guy, so we have a little extra pen for him. Dodge his ult. Zed's here. Now Kog'Maw's here. You can kind of see my positioning there. Sona, thought she was going that way. She totally juked my threaded volley. She's super fast. Not going to deal with it. And immediately move in for this turret. I should have just like thrashed Sona right there with like a, you know, nice combo and stuff like that, but I was more worried about the tower and things like that. So sadly we had a good ace-ish sort of. We had Sona select, but for the most part basically an ace. And we didn't really get too much out of it, so that's too bad. Apparently Lulu's pretty happy though. Anyway, so I come back here. Do a little more farming. Thanks, Garen. And I'm going back. Now, this is a really good back. You'll notice my items here. Sell a Doran's ring. Pick up a codex. So now we're a little bit closer to that Merylnomicon. And we still have our pen. We're working into Leandri's Torment. You can see my CS is 171, right around 23 minutes. A lot lower than I'd like it to be, right? But still doing alright. I have a lot of assists this game, which is kind of my playstyle, right? We're up against an assassin. I'm just here to help out where I can. This is me drinking water. Slightly AFK. Maokai's here. You can notice he's got a pretty good amount of MR and defenses. Really don't do a lot of damage to him yet. Which basically lets me know it's time to get Leandri's, because I do no damage to this tank, right? I mean, the only pen I have right now is the Haunting Guys and Runes, so it's definitely time for Leandri's at this point. kind of see my team wants to set something up here. That's why I'm going this way. I'm looking for a wall angle. I'd go this way to try and peel for the Lulu. This is a pretty interesting fight in itself. You can see my positioning. I'm very far back. Again, it's not that I'm scared, but you have to look at all the worst ground that I have right now. So I'm trying to work my way backwards to get off all the worst ground so I can get full threaded volleys off. Sometimes Taliyah can feel useless because you have to position yourself off of that worst ground in order to do things. And some people will be like, "Oh, Taliyah, what are you doing? Why are you so far back here?" But that's just what you have to do. You have to get all of this worst ground here, right? And you got to work around it. So you can tell. I mean, that wasn't like a really long fight, but I have a ton of work ground around here that we need to work ourselves around. So, again, positioning is really, really, really key on Taliyah. So cool, we got the tower there. We don't really have the bodies, the health, anything like that. I don't really have the mana to go into another full-on fight. So we break up out of that one. We got the tower though, so that's good. We're getting somewhere. We're up by about 8k in gold. 7 towers to 2 towers. We have both the dragons. We're doing alright. And again, my team has basically carried me. You can see I have 3 kills, 8 assists. My team is like doing work out here. I mean, sometimes that's just what you have to do, is jump in their backpack, man. Play safe. You can see I had the Zanyas. I had the Ninja Tabbies. We're 26 minutes into the game. I'm just getting Leandries finished up. This is kind of a pretty good power spike here. It's not a huge one, but it provides a little bit. But you can see my build is super, 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 super safe. I'm going down here trying to save Garen. I thought about walling. It was a little too late. Couldn't save him that time. This is also kind of dangerous of me. This is more myself. I wanted to see how the Leandries was doing. You can see by the way I'm hitting that Maokai, it's not doing well. I flashed his ult there. Mostly because if he went on me, they all would have gone in on me. Can't save the tower. Just being a pest. More farming, more backing. Just kidding. More farming. Almost 28 minutes in, right around 200 and what's this gonna be? 20? 220 CS, 219. Right around 27.5 minutes. It's not bad. It's decent numbers. But still would rather see much higher than that. So now at the back, now you can see our build. We have the Nomicon, we have Leandry's Torment. Now we're like super power spike central right here, right? You can see the wall trying to save Lulu. Here's a mistake. You may not have noticed it. I'll jump back about 15 seconds here. I'll show you this mistake here. Mainly because I hadn't really played too many games in a long time. The wall is good, right? I didn't get the Nidalee out like I wanted to. She was able to get in the wall. Here's the problem. You'll notice, right? I'm like knocking people around, hitting with Qs and stuff. But look at Twitch and Garen. They're just stuck out here. And I basically just let this wall sit up until I finally went, oh, Twitch and Garen. Again, that's a mistake you don't want to make. I don't do it too often. But nonetheless, it's a mistake. You really, really, really got to look at your wall placements. See here, pretty good fight. Get a lot out of this. Still don't have Twitch. Dodge is speared. Nidalee's getting away. Take those minions out. So our wave kind of has a free run down here. Going for the inhib. Nidalee throwing spears. You can see she's really, really tanky. Here comes Zed. Again, here's all the armor that I have. Get the Zhonya's for his ult. Does nothing to me. And we live. Little flash up, no big deal. I'm trying to decide when to back, but of course, I'm a farm whore. Anytime I see this camp up before I back, I pretty much take it. So coming up almost to 30 minutes, we have the Zhonya's, Liandry's, Nomicon still holding Madoran's ring. And our next move is going to be the Void Staff. So basically you'll see now, we have our mana item in Nomicon. We have our 2 armor items with our Ninja Tabbies and our Zhonya's. We have a little more pen through the Liandry's Torment. And now I want more penetration, so we're going into the Void Staff. Zed's 10-7 hasn't really been a huge problem for us this game. He's been targeting Twitch. Doesn't really do too much damage to us. That's just the way you kind of play the matchup. You don't have to play it this way. Like I said, I brought Exhaust. I went super armor happy. I took the slower build route for as far as like my power spiking in order to be safe. That's just how I play it. You can see the wall here. Nidalee's kind of stuck in it. Nobody else can come into Baron. That's me just walling off Baron. This is really too bad here. Zed here. Does like no damage to me, right? Again, that is the payoff, I guess, for building the way I build. This is me wanting to go get Ocean, but my team was like, no man, forget that, let's go in the game. Alright, cool, I'll come in the game. So ultimately we win the game. Our final build is going to be, you can see Liandry's Torment, the Zhonya's Hourglass, Nomicon, with Ninja Tabbies, Void Staff, and maybe Rylai's. If this game went any longer, it was closer. Rylai's may have been my last item, just so I can help control and peel more for Twitch, because he's kind of our carry this game. So that would have been my final build path, would be the Void Staff into probably a Rylai's. But that's the Zed matchup. So again, key points, bring the Exhaust. That'll save you time after time in the early game if he gets on you or something. In lower elos, if you feel really safe and you feel really comfortable on Taliyah, you know, sometimes I don't even go this route as far as like the Ninja Tabbies with the Zhonya's. But it's all up to you. It's all about how you're comfortable and how you play it. So that's the Zed matchup. Hopefully you guys do well against it. Hopefully this video helps you out with it. Conservative play style kind of won me this game, and kind of believing in my teammates, and Twitch helped out a lot. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to know any more about Taliyah, you can check out my Mobile Fire guide. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.